Okay, take a comfortable seat. Relax into your seat. Let your thighs grow heavy and your hips wide around your breath. Shake out a little bit. Shake your arms and your shoulders and your head. And then come rest. Let the eyes fall gently shut. Turn away from external stimulus. Turn on the inner light. Feel what is here now. What is present here now. This is the reality. This is what is happening. And so often, somehow, our minds are interacting with what's not happening, with something that has come and gone, something that we're anticipating happening. But so rarely do we attune to the present. And it's nothing other than just habit. We can make a habit of mindfulness. And in the world that we live in today, that is urgent work. The work of learning presence of mind, presence of heart. Scan your body for what's physically present. Take stock like a checklist. That strange feeling in the knee, that's still there. That little flutter in the belly, that's new. Whatever. And then do the same thing in your heart. Newfound courage, that's there. Maybe some fear, anxiety. What is here now? And then make a determination about how this practice is going to be used today. What the work is for you. Design some sense of intentionality around, some meaningfulness around your movement. And your practice will support you with longevity. Let's bring the hands together. We'll sing 3 ohms and we'll rock and roll. Exhale fully. Inhale. Release the hands. Open the eyes. Okay, come on to your hands and your knees for a little table moment. And we'll just open up the spine systematically. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Again, like that. Simple expansion, contraction. And then start to move more organically in a rounded cow and a rounded cat. So you'll go hips to the right, gaze to the right, hips to the left, gaze to the left as you're cat-cowing the spine. Try to make the movements really big. The entirety of your neck spine involved, and then switch directions. And if you feel particularly sensational in any particular spot, just hang out there, press the hands down more, reach your ear to your shoulder more. And continue. Come rest in the middle. Let's go left arm high, stack shoulders. And then weave through. Lay your shoulder down on the ground or your cheek. Use your right fingertips for leverage and twist open. Inhale, unwind. Big stretch at the top. Exhale, release your hand. Second side, right arm. Exhale, come through. Fingertips in your left hand. Start filling out the breath. Press your left fingers down and slightly forward on the diagonal. Wait for an inhale to unwind. Big stretch right here. Exhale, release. Extend your left leg, reaching through the heel, opening through the calf. Draw the ribs in. Send the heart forward. Just a few breaths here. Reach through the heel, reach through the heel. Release. Let's go second side. Full breath. Start infusing your breath with clarity and spaciousness. Release. Let's go left leg extends again, but this time lift, hip height, right arm, shoulder height, full breath. The tendency, of course, is to get droopy in the belly, so we're going to round the lower back, contain the navel to the spine. Bend your back leg, reach up with the root of the toes, extend right hand, left foot, and kick. Don't go for like max experience, just more of a spinal balancing work. Inhale, extend. Let's go left leg to the left, right arm high. Full breath. Exhale down. Listen. Left leg again, backing up. And then across the right ankle, over to the right. Gaze to the right at your left foot. Press your hands down and to the left. Widen your left ribs laterally. Fill out the breath. Inhale again, backing up, and then exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, big stretch, a bit of a back bend here. Think cobra in the upper chest, and exhale, come in. Again, inhale and exhale. Stay right here. Press the hands down and forward. Pull the heel to the groin more and lift your knee higher. Inhale, backing up. Exhale, release. Let's go second side. So before you lift your right leg, inflate the ribs behind you. Slide the side ribs back. There's a bit of a round in the lower back. Let's go. Right leg, hip height, left arm, shoulder height. Put your ribs back in. Press the left shin and toes into the ground. Tops of the toes. Straighten the top leg more. Bend your right leg. Press up, reach back, and bind. If your right knee is swaying to the right, hug into the middle. Same thing with the left hip. If it's swaying to the left, hug into the middle. Now kick. Full breath. Think about, we call this kind of work spinal balancing work. Think about integrating the spine to the midline. Inhale, extend everything back out. Let's go right leg to the right and left arm high. Stay with the breath. Exhale, hand down. Right leg back and up again. And then across the body to the left. Gaze over the left shoulder for your right heel. Put your right heel in a vertical orientation. Press your hands to the right and open your right waist. Inhale, back and up. Here we go. Exhale, knee to the nose. Hug in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, contract. Inhale, open. Straight leg. Exhale, close. Hold it right here. Press the hands down and forward. Pull the knee all the way to the nose. Lift the heel higher. Inhale, back and up. Exhale, release. Good, that's it. Downward facing dog. Find the fullness of your breath. Enjoy the breath. It's early yet, whether you're on this coast or the other one. So you might feel a little bit sort of stiff and bound up in your body from just sleeping. So move around a little bit, get up on your toes, bend your knees, roll through the ankles a few times in each direction. And then straighten the legs, get up high on tippy toes, and just sway your hips from side to side. And you'll notice there's a wall, and you want to gently press against that wall to open the ribs in the opposite direction. And then switch sides. So when your hips are to the right, you open your ribs. No, when your hips are to the right, the ribs go to the left. Good, come on back. And then pedal through your feet. Open up the backs of the legs, Achilles tendons, behind the knees, the soles of the feet. Spread the toes really wide, lift the arches. Enjoy the breath. Make the breath your faithful companion. Let's go left knee between your two hands. So you're in a pigeon variation. Left knee between your two hands. Scooch the back knee back so you're sitting on your left heel. Good. Big breath. Broaden the chest. So it's more like a mild back bend than a hip opener, right? That's it. Let's go left leg back and up. Bend that knee and twist open. And then 3 times up and down on your tippy toes. We did this yesterday because we were working towards Hanuman. Now, before you lift and lower, I want you to firm up your right thigh and firm up your right calf. Press the thigh on your right leg back and the shin on your right leg forward. Okay, 3 times. Ready? Up, down, and stretch. Up, down, and stretch. Lift the knee higher. Up, down, and stretch. Lift your top knee higher. Good. Inhale, extend left leg. Exhale, release. Let's go. Right knee between your two hands. Pigeon variation. Basically taking all the pigeon out of pigeon, okay? So like not a hip opener. More just balancing the midline. Full breath, y'all. Broaden the chest. Take the shoulders back. The ribs move forward and up. Lift up out of your lower back. Full breath. Deep breath. Good, let's go. Ready? Place the palms, curl the back toes, lift the knee, put your belly back in your body. Let's go right leg high. Bend this knee and twist open. Firm up your left quad, firm up your left calf. Press the thigh bone back and the shin bone forward. 3 times. Inhale, up. Exhale, reach back with the heel. Inhale, up. And back with the heel. Lift the right knee higher. Up. Back with the heel, lift the right knee, stretch, stretch, stretch. Inhale, straight leg. Exhale, release. Now pigeon, left knee outside wrist. Enjoy the breath, y'all. Like you can't enjoy the breath if you don't, like if 1, you're not breathing, right? And if 2, you don't know that you're breathing. So always know that you're breathing. Walk the hands back as much as is comfortable for you. If you're feeling tension in your lower back, this is one reason we have blocks. You can lift yourself up a little bit, squeeze your legs together. Enjoy the breath. It's really important to stay out of the lower back. Like if you feel discomfort during a back bend, even if it's a mild back bend, or after a back bend, you have some weakness back there in your lower back that needs to be built up. We need to create power in the deep abdomen, length in the lumbars, and strengthen the muscles that line the spine, the QLs, quadratus lumborum. Broaden the chest. Firm up the low belly. Full breath here. Good, that's it. Ready? Hands down. Curl the back toes. Lift the back knee. Tone the belly. Let's go left leg high. This time it's straight. Open the hip and extend the leg. See if you can extend beyond vertical. Sitting up on the right tippy toes. Pick up your right shoulder. Straighten the top leg completely. Good. Ready? Up and down 3 times. As you release the heel, stretch it back. As you get up on your tippy toes, firm up your quad. Draw your right ribs in. Good. Release this leg. Let's go. Right leg high. Pigeon on the right side. Full breath here. Blocks if you find them useful today. And then there are just some days, some days when you need the prop. And some days you don't. And it's just no big deal. Broad chest. Big breath. If you're going to take the back bend into a deeper flexion, then see that you are lifting the ribs up off of the waist. You are lifting your belly up off your hips. Take the shoulders back. Good. Here we go. Place the hands. Make sure the belly is toned as you lift the back knee. Let's go right leg high. Pick up your left armpit. It's a little disengaged at the moment. Lift your right leg to vertical or beyond. Here we go. 3 times. Tippy toes. Firm the quad as you reach through the heel. Tippy toes. Reach back with your heel. Last one. Reach back. Release this foot. Take your left foot outside your left hand. Left arm high. Firm up the back thigh. Inhale, arm over the ear. Big stretch, unfurl, head back. Take your left hand to your left thigh. Externally rotate the skin, the muscle, and the bone. And start twisting open, gaze up. Notice if the back leg is collapsing. Re-extend left arm. Exhale, hand down inside. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Inhale, bend, heart forward. Exhale, straighten. That's 2. Inhale, bend. Lengthen the front of you. Now we'll flex the foot as we straighten the leg. That's 3. Bend, heart forward, lunge. Here comes 4. Look up this time. And bend, heart forward, lunge. Now keep looking up, straighten the front leg. Look up, long through the spine. Deep breath here. Let's go again, left arm to the sky. Twisted triangle variation. Inhale here, head away from your belly. Exhale, hand down, bend the knee, step forward. Listen, your hands are, it's like foot, hand, right? Now grab the back of the calf with your left shoulder. No, what am I talking about? With your left hand. Work the shoulder underneath the knee. Wrap your left arm around your hip and up to your lower back. Right arm high, behind you, bind. Straighten the right leg, bend the right leg. Spread toes, lift arches. Straighten the right leg, look to the right, and bend. Again, inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Good, stay right here. Bend the left knee deep. Stretch, heart forward, crown of the head forward, and twist. Take as much of a bind as feels appropriate for the length of your arms, the availability in your shoulders.
Widen your right hip. You should feel a lot of sensation behind the right leg and to the outer right hip and right low back. Inhale, bend. Exhale, release. Listen, take your right fingertips to the ground beyond your toes or to a block. Left arm high, twist. Press your fingers down and forward and move your hips to the right. If you have the room, grab onto your left ankle with your right hand and use that like leverage. Open. Enjoy the breath. Inhale to unwind. Exhale, bow. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin to the ground. Inhale, slither forward for a baby cobra. Exhale, push back through child's pose. Pause, curl toes, look up. Walk your hands forward and stretch through the sides of the body. Again, slither forward onto your belly, baby cobra. And push back, child's pose with curled toes. Look up, stretch arms forward, crawl forward. Inhale, slither forward, baby cobra. Exhale, push back, child's on curled toes. Walk forward, look forward, stretch the sides of the body. Stretch so much you feel it in your armpits. Good, let's go. Downward facing dog. Find the fullness of the breath. Pump the breath through you like a bellows. You're fanning an inner flame with the fullness of your breath. Big, rich inhale and a slow, soft exhale. Deep, rhythmic breath. Let's go. Right foot outside right hand. Right arm high. So here are some things to pay attention to in this pose. That the right leg is bent to a 90-degree angle. That the knee is not collapsing in towards the middle of the mat. That the back leg is firmly lifting away from the front heel. Inhale, now stretch arm over the ear. And then as you exhale, unfurl through the upper chest. You can even turn your right toes out as you take your head and your arm to the left. And then put your hand on your thigh. Do some manual external rotation. So you're taking the skin and the muscle, but also the bone to the right. And you'll feel it in your waist. You'll feel it in your right hip. You're manually creating space. Inhale, re-extend the arm. Exhale, hands down. Breathe here. I might be skipping something, so feel free to text it in to Jarrett if you notice it, but it might just be out of order. Breathe right here. Exhale, step between the two hands. Grab the back of the right calf with your right hand. Work the shoulder underneath the knee. It's gonna get there some amount. Flip your right arm around and right at your waist, palm open. Left arm high and behind you. Bind. Now just get comfortable in this awkward position. Lengthen the front of you and then pull with your arm against your leg to try to twist open. A few times we're going to straighten the left leg and bend. Straighten and bend. Straighten. Oh, I'm realizing what I skipped, y'all. Bend. Straighten. Good. Now stay here. We're going to hold for a moment. Open the front of you. Take the shoulders to the back. Turn open. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, release. We'll go get that twisted triangle in a moment. Left hand making an equilateral triangle. 2 hands, no, 2 feet, 1 hand. Right arm to the sky. If you have a wall right there, you can push your right fingertips into the wall, realizing that you're using a force to open, which is fine. Tone the belly and open. If you don't have a wall right there, you have to pretend you do. Press your hand into it. If you can reach, left hand, right ankle, use that open. And then flood your body with breath. Inhale, unwind. Listen, take your left leg back again. Look up and lengthen your spine. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Inhale, bend, basic lunge. Exhale, straighten, lift from your right hip. Inhale, bend. Now we flex the foot along the way. Exhale, pick up your right hip. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Now look up, bend, keep looking up. Keep looking up as you straighten the leg. Long spine. Deep breath. Rhythmic and rich breath. Here we go. Right arm high. Try to lower your right hip. Flush with the left hip. It's difficult. Inhale, let it go. And exhale, bend. Step forward. Lengthen here. And we bow. All right, if I skipped anything, go ahead and text it in now. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, bow. Again, inhale. Exhale. Push your feet down and apart. Inhale, we rise all the way. Grab hold of the left wrist, lean to the right. Typically called crescent pose. Inhale, center. Switch hands. We're leaning to the left. Inhale back to the middle and then bring your feet together. This time grab below the elbow, which is technically above the elbow. Press your head into your forearm. Resist with your left arm. Breathe. Open your throat. Put your belly in and go. Breathe here and go again. Inhale and then fold on a diagonal, opening the left low back. Firm up the thighs and reach. Reach. Inhale, rise. And over to the other side. Exhale. Squeeze ankles and knees in. Exhale. Hug everything to the middle. Hips to the side. And then we fold on a diagonal. You're literally widening the sacrum behind you on your right. Press your head into your forearm and stretch. Your extended arm, stretch. Inhale, out the way we came in. Link thumbs, bend knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, sink in. Look up, stretch up, sit down. Inhale, spring up. Exhale, release your hands to the sides. Okay, find a wall. Find a little wall spot. Place your back on the wall. Walk your feet away. Wall sit. See if you can bring your legs to 90 degrees. And then arms up. We're going to hold this for about, actually, let's have it timed. Jarrett, you ready? Okay, Jarrett's going to time us. 30, no, you can't. 30 seconds. All right, ready, set, go. Stretch up, stretch up. I know. Put your ribs back into the wall. Press your feet down. They want to go forward. See if you can pull them back. Fire up your hamstrings. Almost there, y'all. Stretch, stretch.
3, 2, 1.
All right, release. Yeah, I know. I know. Listen, I know. But you might as well stay right where you are because we're doing it again. Wall sit. Okay, you ready? Also, if you're somebody who has hip instability or chronic low back stuff, then really working to invigorate the legs is quite helpful. All right, 45 seconds. Are you ready? Here we go. Have a seat. Try to get to 90. Here we go. Arms up. 45 seconds starts now. You can always link thumbs overhead if it's too much. Otherwise, extend palms or press your palms together. Oh, good Lord. Okay, so we're about a third of the way there. Lift up onto your right tippy toes. Release, lift up onto your left tippy toes. Release, right tippy toes, heel toe the left foot to the middle. Crisscross. Release, right foot to the middle, left foot, crisscross. Release, feet together. Squeeze, squeeze, press knees together, knees together, knees together. Good, come on up. Well done. Shake it out. Okay, top of the mat. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold and touch. Look up, lengthen. Exhale, bend knees, plant palms, jump plank, breathe here. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog if you're ready for it. Downward facing dog. All right, so holding plank, 30 seconds. Are you ready? Round your lower back. Come in, press hands down and forward. Starts now. Round your lower back. Lift your hips more. Well, I'll say it like this. If you're droopy, lift your hips. If you're pikey, lower your hips. Try not to drop your chin. In fact, press the base of your skull to the sky. You'll feel it in your shoulders. Re-straighten your legs, y'all. Good.
3, 2, 1.
Knees down, have a seat. Good. Take a moment. Ready? We're going to skip the 45 seconds. We're going to go right to a minute. I think you can do it. If you need a break at some point, put one knee on the ground. Are you ready? Here we go. So to come into plank, I want you to go to dog. Press your thighs back and up. And then scoop your sit bones to your heels as you shift forward to plank so that the lower back is rounded. Here we go. 1 minute starts now. We'll add some variations here. Take your feet as wide as your mat. Don't move your hips. Take your right hand to the space right below your face. Extend your left arm. Try not to sway. Release. Place the left hand where the right was. Extend the right arm. Firm up your thighs. Release. Adjust your hands so that they're shoulder width. Breathe. Walk your feet together. Don't move your hips. Lower your hips. Round your lower back. Left leg, hip height. Hold it. Lower your hips, you guys. Release. Right leg, hip height. Release. Take your feet as wide as your hips. Hold it.
3, 2, 1.
Come on down. Have a seat. Well done. Whoo, la la. Good. Okay. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Broaden your chest. Now, if you can, with your elbows bent, bring your palms together. Grip your palms with your fingers strongly. Keep your palms together and extend the arms. If you can't keep the palms together, then actively pull the wrists apart. Bow forward halfway. Look up and pin the shoulders to the back, and then all the way. Keep looking forward, keep lifting your shoulders, and then at the very end, drop your head, but keep your shoulders lifted. Inhale, come slither onto your belly. Okay, take your right arm to a T, just straight out from your shoulder. Roll over onto your right hip and shoulder and place your left toes behind you. Make sure that your right hand is not lower than your right shoulder. Got it? Now, either stay here, or I'm going to give you two options to intensify this, but you have to make sure that you're working the right shoulder. You're not passively just cranking into the joint. Okay, especially if you're dealing with a shoulder injury, y'all. Make sure you're pressing the right hand or fist down to activate the muscles in the front of the shoulder. Dig it? So you can, if you have the room, put your right toe on the ground, right foot on the ground, or you can take left arm behind you and bind. If you don't have the room for either of those, then stay right here. Press your left fingers into the ground and widen your left knee. Inhale, unwind, and let's go second side. So the left arm goes to a T. Make sure the hand is slightly forward of the shoulder, if anything. And then let's go. Walk the left hand away. Place the right toes. Press your left fingers down. Fire up the muscles in the front of the left shoulder joint. Stay here. Place the left toes. Or extend. Right arm behind and bind. And then I'll tell you something that one of my teachers says and has been saying for 20 years. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. You have to listen. Inhale, unwind. Woo. Okay, so up on Sphinx pose. Crisscross your forearms in either direction is fine, and then walk your hands away. Okay, now back of the shoulder girdle. Walk your hands away and drop your head as much as feels comfortable. Breathe. Release. You can rock your head from side to side. See if you're holding tension, if you're allowing that resistance to keep you from the pose. It's not like the pose has an agenda for you. If anything, all yoga wants is for you to shine more brightly as yourself. But there is this very unconscious, maybe it's fear-based, maybe it's, just simple ignorance, but we are trying to be revealed to ourselves through the practice. And in every pose, there is an opportunity to know ourselves more deeply. And in that way, the heart becomes open to know others more deeply, to love others more deeply, to consider them as if they are somehow connected to us intrinsically, because they are. And every time you dissect this physical, biomechanical resistance, every time you release, you soften, you surrender, we inch closer and closer to the fullness of our hearts. You might have some room now. Walk away and drop your head more. If you're gripping your hips or glutes, let go. Now, when you come out, do it with clarity. So you're not peeling yourself out. You're active. Press up. Find Sphinx again. Okay, ready? Second side. Make sure you're crossing the other way. Find your first edge and drop your head. Shake your hips out a little bit. Notice if you're holding, you're in a holding pattern. If you're feeling any tension in your lower back, rather than squeezing your hips or your glutes, pull your navel in. If you have the space, walk your hands away, half an inch, an inch. Let go. All right, come on up. Sphinx pose. Elbows underneath shoulders, forearms parallel to each other. Press your forearms down and pull back. You'll feel your belly stretch forward. Use a pulling action to straighten your arms. Belly pulling into spine. Exhale, lower. So gravity wants you to push. Lock out your elbows and shrug your shoulders. Do exactly the opposite. Press the tops of the feet down so the knees lift. Push your pelvis down so your belly tones. And now pull. Straight arms and lower. If you can take a little bit more in your spine, slip your hands back an inch or two. Keep the feet pressing down, knees lift. Belly tones because the pelvis is pushing down. Inhale, rise. Pull, 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 pull. Exhale, lower. If you have more room, walk in. Press feet down, knees lift, pelvis down, belly tones. Pull, straighten. Exhale down. How much should you tone your belly? Only as much as it takes to have zero pain in your lower back before, during, or after. Ready? Here we go. Pull. Exhale. Last one. Walk back. Pull. And release. Place your hands by your ribs. Open, cobra. Pull. Draw the navel in. If you're ready to go all the way, upward facing dog, take the tops of the ears back. Full breath. Deep breath. Shoulders back, back, back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Come down to the knees, cross the ankles, roll through, and have a seat. Bring your feet together in Baddha Konasana. If you feel like you need, for the sake of the hips, a support underneath the hips, grab your blanket. Spread your toes and press all four corners of the feet into each other. Take your hands behind you and use that, lift the heart. Press your feet together. Pull your heels to your groin and from your sacrum. So when I say press your feet together, that's an isometric action, right? Like your feet aren't going anywhere. You just simply push into each other. Opposing forces. Same thing with heels to groin. You're pulling your heels towards your groin. You're not actually lifting your feet. Then from behind you, widen the sacrum and extend through your knees. And as you do that, open your feet like a book. Maybe it's kind of like a bit of a locked diary. You remember the diaries that you could put a lock on? Do you guys remember those? So maybe it feels a little bit like that in your feet, or maybe your feet are an open book. Doesn't really matter, but send signals down there. Lift the heart. Good. Release. Now listen, stay in Baddha Konasana. Take your left leg into Upavishta Konasana. Point your right foot. Get comfortable. If you need a blanket under your seat, use it. Okay, left hand to the left of the hip, just lateral of the hip, yeah? Fingertips, right arm. Now just walk away a little bit. Push your ribs the exact opposite direction. Breathe in and stretch. On the lateral, you're not folding over the leg yet. Press your inner thigh down. Now walk your down hand farther and then reach with your top fingers beyond your toes. Let the back hip, not the knee, but the hip, lift away from the ground. Press your left fingers into the ground and inflate your left ribs back behind you. Broaden on the left side. Inhale, unfurl and stretch. Walk your down hand farther away from you. Open laterally. And then fold, round in. Press your left hand into the ground or your fingers into the ground. Reach, reach. Inflate the left ribs behind you. Again, to the lateral, big stretch. Walk your down hand farther. Inhale, rise up. Behind you, place the right fingers, left hand twist, breathe in. Exhale, bend your back elbow. Breathe in, lift. Bend your back elbow. Check that your extended leg is firm, that those toes are pointing up. And then walk your back hand away from you and bend your elbow deeper and get into the shoulder. Inhale back to the center, arms up. Exhale, fold right in the middle. Inhale, look up and lengthen the front of you. And then fold again. Walk your upper body to the left. Hands on either side. Twisted Janu Shirshasana. What makes it twisted is that your back knee is at a wider than 90-degree angle with your hip. Yeah. So it's a deep twist in your lower back. Take your opposite hand to the foot, ankle, or calf. Lengthen and twist. Fold. Allow the back hip to lift up. That's totally fine. Use that. Get bigger. Go for it. Go for it. Find a new edge. Find a new boundary that you didn't even know was available to you. When you feel you are kind of in the place where the center of your investigation lies, bind with both hands. If you can bind around your foot, take the left hand around the sole of the foot and bind from the top of the hand the right wrist. Wrap your right ribs in. Inflate the left ribs behind you. Use every breath to go into the pose. More into the pose. Inhale, rise up. Listen, lean back your right hand and prop yourself up and find that little ballerina number. Exhale, have a seat. Bring your left leg into Baddha Konasana. Big breath. Do it again. Press your feet into each other. Pull your heels to the groin. From your sacrum, widen your knees and open your feet. Broad chest. Lift at the base of the sternum. Let go of your jaw. Even allow the upper palate to float up to the crown of your head. Open the back of your throat. It will feel like there is honey dripping back there. Let's go. Second side. Extend right leg. Point the left foot. Get comfortable. Right fingertips to the ground, lateral of the hip. Inhale, left arm. Exhale, walk the down hand farther. Move the ribs to the left. Open your chest towards vertical. Walk the down hand away. You will be different on this side. If you're bowing forward, take your head and your shoulders back, back, back. Good. Exhale, round in and reach. Left fingertips beyond right foot. Inhale, open. And walk the down hand away. Take a breath. Point the left foot, y'all. Extend through the left knee and go. Reach, reach, reach. Inflate the right ribs behind you. Wrap the left ribs in front of you. Reach as far as you can. Inhale, open again to the lateral. Bring your torso, head, shoulders into a vertical orientation. Walk the down hand farther. Take the top arm right by your face. Yes. And then go. Reach as far as you can. Grab the outside of something on that leg, foot, ankle, shin, whatever. Inhale, lengthen the front of you, twist deeply, and bow. Do it again, lengthen the front of you, twist deeply, and bow. I like to link my pinky in between my last two toes. It gives me like a good grip, and it encourages the opposite of flointing your foot. Not flointing, sickling your foot. So there is a tendency for the inner foot to pull back towards the groin and the outer foot to extend away. The opposite of that would be to lengthen the inner ankle, which is good. It firms up your inner thigh. Bind with both hands if you have the space. If you can bind all the way around your foot, it would be right hand, left wrist. Let your back hip rise. Come back through the center, catching it on the other end. Look up, lengthen the spine, and bow. Root the right thigh down. Press your hips back and down. Inhale, rise. Left hand behind you, right hand to the knee, twist. Bend the back elbow deeply. Lift the heart and bend the back elbow deeply. Walk the hand away from you a bit and bend more. Feel into the upper chest. Inhale to center, and then we open this leg. Last one, Upavishta Konasana. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bow. Notice if the legs become unfirm. Look at your toes and your knees, point them straight up. Root the thighs down and go. Even here, round the lower back, root the back of the hips back and down. Enjoy the breath. Inhale. Come on up. Use your hands, grab the backs of the knees. Come lie down on your back. Take your knees into your chest. Give a squeeze and rock gently side to side. And just like we did at the beginning, we're going to shake it out. Legs up, arms up, shake, 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 shake. And make it kind of like unplanned, like no choreography. Just like shake however it feels intuitively right. And then rest. Relax your arms where they fall. Relax your legs where they fall. Some people ask me if it would be appropriate to replace Shavasana with seated meditation. And I would say yes, as long as the body is at complete rest and there is no tension to hold the posture. That is what is happening organically anyway. If you find yourself falling asleep in your Shavasanas, it's a good sign that we need to get more sleep at night. But if you're not falling asleep, then aspire to staying present. Letting the body completely soften, so much so that it feels as if it melts away. If you find yourself agitated, use your exhales to soften the body and the mind more fully.
Enjoy the breath. Wake up your fingers and your toes. Stretch and move as it feels sweet to you. Roll to the side and come to sit. We'll bring the hands together and close together with one Om. Pause to notice how you feel and to honor the work you've done, all moments of effort, all moments of surrender. To hold this work is precious and to recognize its transformative qualities. Breathe in. Have a rad day. I hope you feel full. Namaste. Thanks, y'all.